Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. The United States of America has threatened the Caribbean nation of Antigua and Barbuda with massive visa restrictions. Yes, the USA has given Antigua and Barbuda an ultimatum. They either cut ties with Cuba or all of their citizens may face visa restrictions. That is the ultimatum that the USA would have given to the Caribbean nation of Antigua and Barbuda. And we know this story has been ongoing for a while. Several months ago, the USA met with several Caribbean nations demanding that they cut ties with Cuba because of forced labor. Now, several Caribbean islands explained to the USA that their policy with Cuba is not forced labor. Some of the Caribbean nations are hiring the Cuban doctors and paying them directly. But what the USA is saying is that the Cuban government uses Cuban doctors to make money, and then countries would pay the money directly to the Cuban government. So that is how the Cuban government makes money. Well, um, this was denied by several Caribbean nations, and they are in relationship with Cuba as it is right now. There are no visa restrictions yet, but there's breaking news coming out of the USA and Antigua and Barbuda that the USA would have made threats to Antigua and Barbuda regarding this Cuban relationship. This news is coming from Real News Antigua, and it is saying Antigua and Barbuda reportedly receives ultimatum from USA to cut ties with Cuba or face cancellation of visas. Now this is serious if this news is true, because this is saying allegedly. So let's hope it's not true, but for every news there is some kind of truth to it. So let me go on and read this for you, and this news is coming from Real News Antigua. Heads of various government ministries are huddled in emergency meeting this afternoon, September 8, 2025, informed sources say, as the United States of America, USA, allegedly has delivered an ultimatum to Antigua and Barbuda, and that ultimatum is cut ties with the Republic of Cuba or face the cancellation of visas issued to nationals and residents. Now this is serious because they are threatening, this news is saying they are threatening to cut visas for nationals and residents. This means all nationals of Antigua and Barbuda and all residents will have their visa cancelled and no further visa issued. This is serious, serious, serious business here. Reportedly, this demand follows Antigua and Barbuda's earlier attempts to pacify the US government on the matter of accepting assistance from the Cuban government through its medical brigade. At the time, the US Secretary of State Marco Rubio raised the subject of medical aid to the region. American officials warned that failure to terminate agreements between the Caribbean nations and Cuba could lead to restricted access to the United States. This was after the US officials claimed that the medical brigade workers were, in fact, the exploited victims of human trafficking, as their earnings were remitted to the governments of Cuba. In a swift response to the threat, the Gaston Brown administration promised that it would treat Cuban medical workers in the same manner as local employees, paying them directly and deducting the relevant taxes. It is not known whether that proposal was accepted by the United States government, but this reported ultimatum seems to indicate it was not. As far as our newsroom could determine, the Prime Minister is out of the country at present, and it is assumed that the ministerial huddle has been convened by Attorney General Sir Stedroy Benjamin. So the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda was out of the country in Ethiopia, in an African and Caribbean summit they're having in Ethiopia right now. That summit would have ended already, and these dogs almost knocked my camera down. Ah, man. So hopefully the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda will be back in Antigua right now, and we await further news, because this is very, very, very serious. But if it is true, if it is a true ultimatum that the USA sent to Antigua and Barbuda, then that can be corrected by proving that the Cuban doctors are being paid directly to their bank accounts, not the Cuban government. And this article did say that the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda said to the United States that it would change its policy and pay Cuban directors directly. I don't know if this means that they were paying the Cuban government directly or not. That is not clear, but this news is coming out now to say that an ultimatum was sent. There's no hard proof that it was actually sent, but information do leak out of governments, and Antigua Newsroom is saying, no, let me get this name right, the Real Antigua, Real News Antigua is releasing this information. So if you're watching from Antigua and Barbuda, let us know if there's talk on the ground that this may be true, or what is happening in Antigua and Barbuda. Right now I can see Antigua, or sometimes at night I can see lights in Antigua from where I am right now, very close to Antigua and Barbuda in St. Kitts and Nevis. So we're neighbors. So let's hope that this is not true, and if it is true, that this is rectified very, very soon, because we know a lot of Caribbean people have ties to the USA. There's a lot of Caribbean people in the USA. They do travel to the US for studying, shopping, to meet with family members for their vacation. So Caribbean people spend a lot of money in America. Wonder what's wrong with this dog here. Hey, shh. I wonder what's happening with this dog here, barking very, very hard here right now. But my friends, if you're watching for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. The mission of this channel is to bridge the gap between the African continent and the African diaspora, because we're one people separated by a brutal transatlantic slave trade and colonialism. On this channel, I react to breaking news that affect the Caribbean and African region and also black people throughout the whole world. So this channel is your channel, and if you want to follow breaking news that affect our people worldwide, subscribe today, like this video, share it with all your friends and family, put on your notification bells on the subscription button, and you will keep updated. I aim to release videos every day, if not every day, several times per week. So make sure to subscribe for latest information on what is happening throughout the Caribbean and in Africa. You can also become a member of my channel, and you become a member by clicking the link in this description box, and sometimes I leave it in the comment section. I will try to pin it in the comment section as well. Click that link and go on over and join the channel and become a channel member. By joining my channel, this will help to support the channel so that we can become stronger and better than ever before, so we can continue to bring to you great information, and in the future of a higher quality. And maybe we'll get a studio one of these days with proper equipment so we can show you on screen what's happening. And so, or maybe you like it like this. Let me know if you like a studio format or you like it outside like this in nature. I also have a travel channel. The link is in this description box. Go on over and subscribe to my travel channel. Click the link and subscribe to that channel as well. Make sure to subscribe to this one first, or Beyond Uncut. This is my main channel, and I do post a lot of videos weekly on this channel reacting to breaking news that affect our people worldwide. Thank you for watching today's video. Let me know where you're watching from, and let me know what is happening in Antigua and Barbuda in regards to US visas and the threats that is allegedly made to the government of Antigua and Barbuda, that the US will restrict visas from Antigua and Barbuda if they don't cut ties with Cuba. Now, how crazy is that? What has Cuba done to the United States to deserve this type of treatment? All Cuba is trying to do is to survive. Cuba is not threatening America in any way, but America keeps bullying Cuba in an effort to keep it down, and they're bullying Caribbean nations as well, those who work with Cuba. That is how the United States of America is. They want to control everything, and they want to keep you under them, but they don't want to strengthen you. They want to keep you poor so that you depend on them. That is why I say it is important for us to bridge the gap between the African continent and the African diaspora, which is the Caribbean nation islands. Let us have direct flights, direct trade, travel and see each other, visit each other, trade with each other, so that we don't depend on the USA that much to make a living. Thank you for watching this video, and subscribe before you go. Like the video, share it with all your friends and family. Please comment your thoughts and opinion and let me know what you think about this topic. But I appreciate you being here today, and of course I will see you tomorrow in the next video. Much love, and bye-bye.